Welcome to Phase Today. This is the first news media about lucid dreams, sleep paralysis, and other phase states. If you missed latest news on our website or social networks, we've prepared a full video review for you. Are you ready? Pain from dreams becomes real in wakefulness. Scientists published results from first ever experiment in which 151 volunteers were instructed to enter a lucid dream, and there to picture themselves experiencing pain in their arms, following which they were required to wake up immediately. 74% achieved pain during lucid dreaming, and 21% felt pain even after awakening. The study was conducted at Project Elijah, a phase research center branch devoted to the investigation of lucid dreams, sleep paralysis, out-of-body experiences. It was published in the peer-reviewed journal Dreaming. As the study's lead author Mikhail Radaga explained, the fact that the dreamer could induce pain consciously without the presence of a physical cause and that transferred into a real physical sensation indicates that the source of pain is the human brain itself, and it can therefore be controlled through our consciousness. Furthermore, the psychophysiological connection found between dreams and wakefulness could lead to new treatments for pain relief. Our study proves hope for people living with chronic pain, because the results may lead to the development of new, revolutionary types of pain management, totally free of pharmaceuticals. Phase state shown to improve waking mood. A research team at Swansea University in the UK, led by Abigail Stocks, came to this conclusion based on findings from a new study. The scientists asked 20 participants to practice lucid dreaming techniques and keep a diary for 1 week. In the diary, the participants noted the quality of their sleep, as well as the emotional content and level of lucidity experienced in their dreams. The scientists then assessed the level of dream lucidity for each participant with the aim of examining whether the level of dream control affected the participants' emotions and waking mood. The results show that high levels of lucidity in the phase state had a positive effect both on the dreams themselves and on the participants' waking mood after. Meanwhile, the quality of sleep itself did not affect these factors. While the results are encouraging, further research will help to better elucidate the therapeutic effects of the phase state. This will require studying the above-mentioned correlation over a longer period of time. Although beginners are often intimidated by the phase, the positive mood that usually follows lucid dreams is familiar to most experienced practitioners. And now this phenomenon has been established as a scientific fact. The study was published in the scientific journal Consciousness and Cognition in August 2020. Imagining reality stabilizes phase. What if lucid dreamers were to imagine that space around them is the real physical world? Would this affect the lucidity of their sleep perception? These are the questions Russian researchers M. Radaga, Z. Zhanasova, and A. Shashkov from the Phase Research Center set out to answer. 152 volunteers from Project Elijah were asked to enter the phase state and imagine that the space around them was the real physical world. They were then asked to report whether and how this affected the lucidity of their dreams. 51% of participants achieved more vivid conscious dreams and more realistic sensations. 23% of them reached hyperrealism. The lucidity of their sensations was higher than after awakening. More often than not, practitioners struggle with low lucidity of perception in lucid dreams, which makes it difficult to complete research tasks or achieve practical goals within the phase. Perhaps the results of the experiment will provide a new clue to understanding the techniques for maintaining and deepening lucid dreams. Moreover, this constitutes another step towards a more detailed understanding of phase tools and techniques. The study was published in the October 2020 issue of the International Journal of Dream Research. Scientists assess perspectives for managing dream spaces. Up until recently, the possibility of managing dream spaces from the outside seemed like science fiction to most. Now the perspective of modeling of dream worlds is looking much closer to becoming reality thanks to the new study published by scientists from the University of Rochester, led by Michelle Carr. In this research, scientists hypothesized that almost any sensory stimuli can influence the sleeping mind. The field of virtual reality has already made significant advances in producing tools for creating sensory content and simulated worlds, VR. In theory, a disembodied brain attached to sensory simulators will have the same experience as a person in reality. Thus, devices designed to simulate haptic, temperature, vestibular, olfactory, and auditory sensations can be applied in the field of dream architecture, which can become an endeavor similar to modeling worlds using VR technologies. And although the ethics of such research requires discussion, this direction is of great interest for the development of phase studies, since any technology for managing ordinary dreams can be applied to phase states. The article was published in August 2020 in the scientific magazine Consciousness and Cognition. Possibility of controlling computer from phase state proven realistic. In March 2020, the International Journal of Dream Research published a study by Remington Mallett, a cognitive neuroscience graduate student at the University of Missouri, who conducted an experiment among lucid dreamers using a simple computer-brain interface. A person dreaming a lucid dream can send signals to the outside world in real time, and Mallett set out to investigate whether this property can be harnessed. To do so, the scientists connected a special interface that converts neural activity produced by interacting with mental objects into computer commands. 3 practitioners were invited to test it using an emotive epoch and a headset. First, the action, moving a 3D block on the screen through the power of thought alone, was repeatedly performed by the participants in their imagination and in reality. Then they were asked to perform the same actions in lucid dreams. 2 of the 3 practitioners were able to move the 3D object on the screen from within the phase. The results of the experiment indicate that the interface between the computer and the brain can be controlled from within a lucid dream. The development of such technologies is thus becoming a promising direction for scientific progress. Movements in the face can be used to assess mental states. A new experiment conducted by the Dream Research Institute in London in collaboration with Robert Waggoner, co-editor of the Lucid Dreaming Experience magazine, attempted to corroborate psychotherapist Nigel Hamilton's hypothesis. According to the hypothesis, psychotherapy patients who perform balanced, geometric movements in their dreams will later experience improved psychological equilibrium and make progress in therapy. The participants in this new experiment were asked to enter a lucid dream and then move in a certain way as to create 3 simple geometric shapes. Analysis of the results showed that colors and symmetry in the dream were associated with changes in the dreamer's psychological states. In particular, the appearance of significant symmetrical shapes in the dream and the completion of the geometric figures affected the person's psychological balance and sense of harmony. This study points to the existence of many other phase-based psychotherapeutic tools that we have yet to discover. The paper was published in October 2020 in the International Journal of Dream Research. Scientific interest in the phase grows by 5 to 6% annually. It is clear to see that in recent years, scientific interest in lucid dreaming has grown exponentially. To examine how research on this topic has evolved over the past 50 years, a team from the KU Leuven led by Daniela Peep conducted a thorough meta-analysis of the existing literature. The study looked at 306 articles from the 1966 to 2019. The leader in publications was revealed to be the United States. The total number of articles published by American scientists stood at 59. The most cited sources in the context of lucid dreaming turn out to be the magazines Dreaming, the International Journal of Dream Research, and Perceptual and Motor Skills. The most prolific research is in descending order: M. Skrettel, D. Erlacher, and T. Stumbris. The meta-analysis confirmed that the number of publications on lucid dreaming is increasing by 5 to 6% annually. Obviously, the topic is becoming more and more attractive to the scientific world, and has long since been disassociated with the esotericism and metaphysics. Although the phenomenon of lucid dreams has been ignored by most scientists' journals until 1979, more research is expected on the topic now and in the upcoming years. Finally, this gives us hope for scientific progress that will help advance the practice of the phase and its applications. The article was published in October 2020 in the International Journal of Dream Research.